Hello everyone. So in today's video we're going to do a bit of like electrochemistry, because we're going to do the nickel plating for the battery contact. So what do you need? Well, this is going to be like nickel plating solution from scratch. So like you can just buy nickel solution online, although in some countries this is restricted to like professional customers only. But it's not hard to make yourself. So in order to make it yourself, you need some like cheap vinegar, just like cleaning vinegar as we call it. A little bit of like salt. You can use normal salt. Pickling salt is better because it's more pure. It doesn't contain like all the anti-caking agents. But normal salt works as well. Of course, you will need 2 nickel electrodes. The purest you can get them. Those are like, I think these are like 99.6%. There is 99.9% pure nickel strips. But they use a special process and they are more expensive, and I couldn't get hold of them in an easy way. You will need some kind of a power supply. I'm using a cheap like lab bench power supply here, but you can get away with like a fixed 6-volt battery supply, or like a 6-volt power supply, or like a 12-volt battery charger. There's just one thing you need to keep in mind, that is like we are adding a little bit of salt to make our solution more conductive. If you are using a power supply that you can't regulate the current on, like on a lab power supply, you will need to add the salt accordingly to like, yeah, how much current is passing, like you want passing through it. So add a bit and then see how much current is passing through, because otherwise you want to get like a solution. You don't want to boil your solution out, basically. So yeah, there's also people who use lantern batteries for this, like 6-volt lantern batteries. So yeah, all that kind of stuff. So let's get started. I'm going to pour the vinegar in, if I can get the bottle open. Almost looks like they put like a child safety on like a vinegar bottle. Ah, there we go. Crack the seal. There we go. Like our part is pretty small, so I'm not going to make much solution. Now let's add some of the salt. Like I'm using like a proper baker here, but you can use anything. Just quickly dissolving it. It dissolves pretty quickly in the vinegar. So yeah, you can use any container, any plastic container. You would want to avoid metal, because that's going to get complicated with the electrodes in a bit. So I found a setup that works pretty well, so I'm going to use this plastic ring in the middle to keep the electrodes from touching. Although I did not take into account that it would float, but that's not too big of a problem. So now I'm going to hit them up. At this point, it doesn't really matter which one is positive and which one is negative. So now we're going to turn on the power supply. I'm going to be aiming for like something like 12 volts. Current, I'm going to be starting with like half an amp and see if that's too much or not. Because like I said, you don't want it to boil off. I'm going to put a thermocouple in there so I can keep an eye on the temperature. Let's put it, because I don't want the thermocouple to hit one of the contacts, because that would be bad. Let's do it like this. Okay, so now we have an eye on the temperature. So let's turn the power supply on. And now we let it sit. We're going to set up a time-lapse camera. In a bunch of time, the solution should turn green. Now you can see some bubbles too. Means that everything is working. So, see when my solution is nice and green in color. You can see the temperature is probably already rising, so I might have to like tone it down a bit. For the electroplating itself, it's not bad. Like your solution is a bit on the hot side. But yeah, I'm going to see how hot the solution gets and maybe turn the amperage a bit down. So yeah, we are the next day now, and as you can see, the solution is much greener than in the end of the time lapse because my GoPro died on me. I don't know what happened. It was at 40% battery the last time I checked it, and then 10 minutes later it was dead. So yeah, as you can see on the time lapse, I came in, checked on it. Temperature ended up being close to 30 degrees. Which was more than fine. So I shut the power supply down once I noticed that, like, you could see here, it was starting to plate the electrode here. As you can see here, it took some material off. Now you can see the sharp edges, and here it started to plate on the points there, which meant that, like, my solution was saturated, which is what you want, because in a bit, we want the nickel plating to go on here and not to the solution. So we are ready to go. In order to suspend the part I want to plate into the plating solution, I'm going to use a piece of copper wire. Ideally, you would use a solid core wire. Well, I only had stranded, but yeah, this should work fine too. So yep, let's prepare that. So I want to probably going to tie it around like that, and because it is a stranded wire, you can just lay a knot in there. And then I'm probably just going to twist the ends together like so, and that should hold. Yes, want it a bit more towards the middle, like so. And then I want it somewhere. Wait, let's model it. Because I don't want it at the bottom, I want it somewhere here. What if I just wrap it around a few times? That also gives me like... does that work? Yep, that works. Because that gives me something to put a crocodile clip on there. Yeah, that would work. So now since I touched it, going to pass it in the degreaser. Just let that do its work. And then I'm going to prepare the 2 electrodes again. So we want, in a bit, we want the negative on the part we're going to plate. So I'm going to use the 2 electrodes to get a more even plating. So I'm going to join them like so. Now I'm going to rinse that off in some distilled water. Okay. Now I hope, because it has risen down, that it won't touch the bottom. Nope. It does not. Let's put it a bit closer. So it is still suspended. So now we just need to connect this crocodile clip and hope that it keeps it in place more or less. No, it does not. That's why it's not one of the flexibles, so let's see if I do it like this. Does it stay? Yep. Okay, we got things figured out. So, we got a part connected to the negative of the power supply, our 2 electrodes to the positive. So, yeah, we are good for some electroplating. I'm going to keep the same settings as before, because a little bit of heat, like a little bit of warmth, is kind of beneficial for the plating process. Like commercial nickel plating, they use heated baths. So yeah, let's go. Power supply should be in the same settings as yesterday still. Yep. So let's turn the output on. And yep. we've got bubbles, and well, I'll get back to you in a bit. Just check on the plating. So yeah, we're not even a minute in, and like as I pull it out, you can see that it's already like getting a silverish color. Like the copper is still shining too, but this is going fine. So I'm going to keep it for like probably like 10 minutes and check if it's a nice even coating. So yeah, see you back then. So here we are, like 10 minutes, maybe like 50 minutes later, and we're starting to get like, let me see if I can show it. We're starting to get like a nice even like silvery color on there. So I'm still going to let it sit for yeah, a bit more, and then getting it out, giving it like a nice polish, and then we should be good. So let's take it out and see. So let's turn the apple off. Let's see, does it come off? No, it does not. Not what we want. The nude shows up. Surface finish could be better. But yeah. I can't rub it off. So that definitely means that like the plating is on there. So yeah, let's see how it fares after polishing. So here we have our part. I polished it up. As you can see, surface is still not like completely shining. There's some like, it seems like there's like different shades of nickel on there. Because it is like smooth, so it's definitely not going to be the prettiest part, but it will definitely be functional. Might try to polish it up with something finer to see. But yeah, none of the plating came off. That's what it should be. So yeah, up to the rest of it. So before I go into the conclusion of this video, I kind of want to say that like, while this is not super, like this is not something too dangerous to do at home, I would say if you want to take a go at nickel plating, go ahead, but please use your brain. There's not too much that can go catastrophically wrong, but still there are some things you need to take care of. So yeah, use your brain, do some research, accept this video, and for the rest, well, there's also a probability that like you're allergic to nickel. Lots of people are. I know I'm not. But still, nickel is a metal that you should treat with respect. But that being said, let's talk the result. So the result I got was a nickel plating that's durable. The surface finish is not there. This is probably because either of two reasons. It could have been that my current was set too high for the part I was doing. This is not that big of a part. So yeah, that might have something to do with it. And another option is that like I might have let the plating go too thick. That's also an option. But for the rest, I don't have any like adhesion problems. It's really on there. Doesn't come off. That's the most important thing. So as far as this goes, this is a functional part that I will be putting in the clock. Nobody's going to really look at the backside of it and say like, hey, that's a nasty piece. If we get out the other side, like even the original part was not that good of a finish. Okay, this side is oxidized because of a battery leak. But even if you look at the back side here, yeah, it was not perfect. It was a better finish than what I have here. But yeah, since it is like just a functional part, it's non-visible. This is okay. So next episode you're going to see me put it in because, well, this is already like almost near 20 minutes. So yeah, next video of this series I'm going to put this in there, assemble the clock completely, and yeah, finish the clock off. But that's for the next next video of this series. Hope you liked this video, and see you in the next one. Bye bye.